Hello everyone, welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by Lianhe Zhaobao, Lebanese state media stated that Israeli airstrikes on multiple locations in southern Lebanon early Friday, June 19th, killed at least 16 people. The Israeli military confirmed the overnight operations, noting that the airstrikes targeted Hezbollah militants and infrastructure. Israel stated that these military actions were taken in direct response to repeated violations of the ceasefire agreement by the Iran-backed militant group. According to a report by Yonhap News Agency, the Seoul Central District Court on Friday sentenced South Korea's former defense minister Kim Yong-hyun to 3 years in prison for leaking military secrets. The conviction is connected to the period leading up to former President Yoon Suk-yeol's failed attempt to declare martial law in December 2024. Kim was indicted on charges of conspiring with military officials to hand over sensitive personal information belonging to more than 40 military intelligence personnel to a retired general. Prosecutors stated that the leak occurred between October and November of 2024. The court found Kim guilty of these charges, ruling that the unauthorized disclosure of intelligence personnel's details constituted a significant breach of military security. According to a report by Al Jazeera, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has urged the European Council to exert pressure on Russia to bring an end to the war before the onset of winter. Zelenskyy warned European leaders that if the conflict continues into the colder months, Ukraine will require urgent and significant energy assistance to sustain its population and infrastructure. This plea from the Ukrainian leadership comes in the wake of escalating military actions, including a recent major operation in which Ukraine launched one of its largest drone swarm attacks targeting the Russian capital, Moscow. Zelenskyy emphasizes that proactive diplomatic and economic pressure from the European Union is critical to preventing a severe humanitarian and energy crisis during the winter. According to JITE Press, Japan's Core Consumer Price Index, CPI, rose 1.4% in May from a year earlier, marking the 57th consecutive month of increase. The Internal Affairs Ministry reported on Friday that the core CPI, which excludes volatile fresh food prices, stood at 113.0 against the 2020 base of 100. This rate of increase matched the median forecast of 17 economic research institutes surveyed by JITE Press and remained unchanged from April, while food prices, excluding fresh produce, grew by 3.5%, driven by a 25.8% surge in chocolate and a 37.9% rise in coffee beans. The overall pace of food price growth slowed for the 10th consecutive month. Notably, rice prices fell 4.9%, marking their first decline in 42 months as they began to stabilize from last year's historic highs. Energy prices dropped 2.5%, with gasoline prices falling 7.0% due to government subsidies mitigating Middle East conflict impacts, though propane gas prices rose 2.6% on higher liquefied petroleum gas costs. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.